new faster displays, new camera hardware, new camera software features, better night mode, and astrophotography, big storage improvements, smaller notch, larger batteries, faster chip, faster Wi-Fi, faster 5G, new colors, and more are all expected to come to the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro lineup. It's new iPhone season, so let's talk about all the major new features we should be seeing in the new phones, starting with 120 Hz ProMotion displays. Apple defines a ProMotion display as a display that can dynamically adjust its refresh rate to match the movement being shown on it. So for example, when scrolling or playing a game, the iPhone 13 Pro display will refresh at 120 Hz, providing a super smooth motion experience. However, when watching a movie, the display can automatically adjust down to 24 Hz or 30 Hz to match that content. And if you're reading an ebook or web page, then the display can automatically adjust to a super low refresh rate. This is a feature that people have been hoping for on iPhones for a while, pointing to Android as having it for years. However, the difference here is that Apple's ProMotion approach is dynamic. Android devices typically have made you choose. You could have the high refresh rate mode, but you'd have to bump down the resolution of the phone. If you wanted high resolution, then you'd lose the high refresh rate. That wasn't a trade-off Apple was gonna do. According to the rumors, the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini won't have the 120 Hz ProMotion display. It's likely an iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max exclusive feature. Of course, I'll have early iPhone coverage coming to you all this week, so be sure to hit subscribe along with the bell so you don't miss any of it. Now let's talk about iPhone 13 camera improvements. The iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max are expected to get new camera sensors with larger pixels to improve photos in low light conditions, and the ultra-wide camera on these models will feature autofocus and an improved f1.8 aperture for pretty big low light improvements. The sensor shift stabilization feature available in the Pro models is expected to come to the entire iPhone 13 lineup for much better stability for the wide camera, and on the Pro models, the ultra-wide camera may also use that same sensor shift stabilization. The built-in camera filters will be improved and will be applied to objects and people more precisely rather than being overlaid on the entire photo. Plus, night mode could get better colors and new features for recognizing the night sky, aka astrophotography. Up next, let's talk about the storage upgrades. Both the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro will be seeing changes to the internal storage amounts. Starting on the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini side of things, expect Apple to double the storage amount at all three levels. So we should see 128 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes, and 512 gigabyte storage options on the 13, which is up from last year's 64 gigs, 128 gigs, and 256 gigabyte options on the iPhone 12. Now those three larger storage amounts already exist on the Pro. However, the iPhone 13 Pro, on the other hand, will keep those same storage sizes, but Apple will be adding a fourth 1 terabyte storage size at the top end of the lineup. So for those of you with Pro devices taking those huge Pro RAW images and videos, Apple's got your back. In addition, let's talk about another new feature that might eat up your precious storage space: ProRes Video Recording. If you haven't heard of it, ProRes is a video codec or video format that is typically used by video professionals because it's got better compression than traditional RAW video formats, allowing you to record at a higher color depth without taking up as much storage space on your iPhone 13 Pro. The addition of ProRes Video on the iPhone Pro on top of Dolby Vision HDR just cements the fact that the iPhone has the best video camera on any smartphone by far. Now, a video feature we should be seeing come to both models is called cinematic video. This is where Apple will be bringing its portrait mode blurring effect from still photography into the video camera. Apparently, you'll be able to change the level of background blur in videos even after you've already recorded them. Another thing we can expect from the entire iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro lineup is larger batteries. And that's 18 to 20% larger batteries across the board from the Mini to the Pro Max. However, I tell people all the time that battery capacity isn't as important as battery life. In other words, if a phone with a smaller battery can last 3 hours longer than a phone with a bigger one? Which one matters more? So, even with this news, it's possible that the increase in the iPhone 13's battery size won't translate to an increase in battery life. That all depends on the phone's other upgrades like the new Pro Motion displays and how well iOS 15 is software optimized, which, to be fair, Apple is pretty good about. All right, now, as far as the physical design, expect the iPhone 13 to look fairly similar to the iPhone 12. However, we should be seeing a notch at the top of the phone that is much less wide, a rearranged camera array on the back of the iPhone 13, and a larger camera array on the iPhone 13 Pro. We're also rumored to see new colors. Some are expecting a sky blue, a sunset gold or bronze, and a new shade of pink or rose gold. Now we'll see what Apple comes up with on that front. We've also heard rumblings of an orange iPhone 13 Pro, which will absolutely be mine on day one if that turns out to be the case. I am very serious about that statement. Now on the inside of the phones, expect the new A15 chip to be built on a 5nm process as opposed to the A14's 7 nanometers. This means that the A15 should be both more powerful, but also more efficient. Qualcomm's X60 modem will bring faster 5G connection speeds and better 5G coverage across the board. And as far as Wi-Fi goes, the iPhone 13 models should support the latest Wi-Fi 6E standard. Let me know what features you're looking forward to the most in the comments below, and I will meet you there for further discussion. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andrew Edwards, and I'll catch you in the next video.